All right, Pat. So we're here at Black Sheep Performance, and you have a very interesting story. In your own right, you were a star athlete, and before you started this facility, now you start this facility where you work with athletes at all levels to help them reach their full potential. Can you talk to us a little bit about that and how you got to this point today?
Yeah, so first thing, sorry about the noise. We're actively in the gym right now. There's a lot going on. But yeah, I was the number 9 quarterback in the country. I was a 4-star, and I didn't realize how legitimacy and talent were two separate things. And I didn't make it. Injury, off the field issues, things like that. So after my career ended, I had to go back and realize where I went wrong. And I would like to think that if I had a certain community of individuals to help me with the legitimacy portion, not just the talent, what really happens when you get to college, what happens with the expectations and off the field issues, I would have had a better career. So instead of pouting about it, I created my own community of like-minded individuals, and not only athletes, but we actually help people post-surgery, post-operation, just like my guy right here. If he didn't play football and he was like my uncle, we'd be able to help him as well.
Yep.
That's great.
Thank you.
And Drew, you've been working with Now for a few years now.
Yep.
And so we know a little bit about your backstory, but tell us how you and Pat got to working together.
Yeah, so, I came from Washington, University of Washington. I got drafted to the Bengals. My wife and I were literally Googling where Cincinnati was on a map, flying out. We were West Coast people. And so when we got here, obviously we didn't know anyone. I was here in the spring after I got drafted, and I was talking to some guys, Sam Hubbard, a couple other guys, and I was like, hey, are there anywhere to work out around here? Because I wanted to stay in town. I wanted to kind of get acclimated, things like that. And he's like, yeah, I might work out at this gym with Pat, Black Sheep. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to come by and meet him and work out. And, things just kind of took off from there. Pat and I have become great friends. I've trained here every off season, and he's a big reason why I've been able to be so successful and do everything that I've done in the NFL so far. And yeah, it's been great.
It's awesome. Sounds like you found a nice home here. So.
I did, for sure, and it's special because not a lot of places have that. Have that community where he was able to, I was with him in his old facility, and we've kind of almost grown together, and it's hard to find someone that you trust, and especially in this industry, it's hard to find people that you trust that, have your best interests in mind, and Pat does, and Black Sheep does, and so that's why it's been really special for me to have found him and to call him my friend and my trainer.
Nice. How important is an athlete's nutrition to you, and how much do you get involved in that?
A lot. Heavy, especially in the high school age. So Drew's the 1% of the 1%. I'm making the 1% better with him. So everyone's lifting, everyone's running, right? What's your sleep? What's your recovery? What is your diet? What are you actually doing on a daily basis outside of the gym? The 22 hours outside of the gym is the more important than the 2 in there, and I'm making myself look bad by saying that, but that's the truth with the 1%. With high schoolers, especially nutrition, is a lot more even than what you eat. It's what you're ingesting in TV, it's what you're playing, it's all these things. So if I can monitor that and help you understand what you put in your body is more important than what you put out of your body, you're going to teach a really good habit to a young kid.
And do you notice significant improvement after you've worked with an athlete or even a high school and trained their nutrition and what they're eating, what they're putting in their body?
Within a week, if I change your sleep and what you eat, I'm changing a lot of levels. We don't have to get too deep into it, but I'm changing a lot of things about your body. I'm changing a lot of things about your cortisol, about your endorphins, about your dopamine. If I can change those things, you're going to have an immediate response.
Yeah. And Drew, Pat mentioned when he first started working with you, you were a little bit heavier. You slimmed down. You've gone from college to professional. So how has your nutrition changed over the years?
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot better. Coming out of college, it's we had a dietitian, and it's I wanted to. Everyone's small. You come in, you're in high school. It's you're playing D1 football. Everyone's bigger, everyone's stronger, everyone's faster. So it's just our person was just eat more. It's okay, well, you tell a college kid to just go eat more, and they're just gonna literally ingest anything they can get their hands on that's cheap food, not necessarily good for you. And now that I've gotten older and in the NFL, it's what you put in your body matters. What the quality of meat, the quality of ingredients, the non-processed foods. It's eating as clean as I can. It's monitoring my macros, my calories, things like that. Putting good quality food into my body, and then that in turn helps my recovery, my training, things like that. And so, and for me, I've gone through different waves where some years I've tried to bulk up and gain muscle. Some years I've gone a little leaner. It all depends. And for me, having that knowledge and working with people around me that are conscious of that, that makes my job a lot easier. Having Now Foods and being able to get whatever products and supplements I need, helps me, makes it a one-stop shop where I don't have to worry about it. It's something that just becomes part of my routine. And that helps with my consistency, that helps in the long run, that helps, whatever I'm trying to do. So it's been important, especially, now that I've gotten the NFL, it's what edge can I get over other guys? Everyone's good, everyone's strong, everyone's fast. My recovery, my nutrition, what I'm putting in my body are huge.
Okay. And then my last question is kind of for both of you, but pre-workouts are so big in like the sports nutrition industry, and like pre-workouts in general, like they're just tons of ingredients mixed in. Like people think they can just take like a scoop and put it in their mouth, and then that's all they need before they start working out. When you're talking pre-workout, like it could even be like the night before, like the amount of sleep you're getting. So Pat, I'll start with you. Like what does pre-workout mean to you, and what do you think athletes should be doing like pre-workout?
Anything that messes with your adrenal glands isn't replicable and isn't consistent. You can't do that for years and years and years and expect a better outcome. The more you put in your body, the more you're going to have to take to get over that initial stimulus of the pre-workout. So there's no ceiling. You have to take more and more and more and more. That's not an answer. It's not replicable, so I don't want to do it. So for me, sleep is replicable. Meals consistently replicable. What you're focusing on before and after the workout is replicable. So basically everything else besides taking a really caffeinated pre-workout is what I consider pre-workout. Now, you guys make a great intra-carb. You make great supplements to where I would back that, but the kids that go to GNC and get I can't give a name, but take a said pre-workout that's going to mess up their adrenal glands, their endorphins, their ability to recover, that's the worst thing you can possibly do, and you're teaching kids that. I have a huge issue with that.
Drew, what about you? What's your pre-workout?
Yeah,
like?
For me too, it's like you said, it's getting good sleep, it's making sure I get a good meal, I have energy, I have my carbs, I have my protein, I have everything that's going to fuel me, and then during the workout I have things that are going to energy-wise that I can store, simple sugars, things that I can actually use and burn, not something that's just going to get me jittery and whatever. And so for me it's simple. It's eating a good meal. Maybe it's having a little bit of beta alanine, something that can help prolong my workout, get a better workout. But it's nothing. It's for me it's not caffeine. It's just having good things that my body can use and help me have a better workout.